Bag holders are traders or investors that buy stocks at peak levels and either willfully out of stubbornness or pride, or maybe they don't know what they're doing. They just let the stock fall. They hold on to it just thinking, oh, it's going to go back up again. They're not worried about it, or they are, and they just kind of ignore the technicals. And so then they, again, end up being a bag holder. So the term bag holder is for someone that ends up holding a stock after it's been, many times pumped up. So you'll see, I'll show you a few different examples here. Typically, this happens in pumped up sectors, whether it's, a sector like pot stocks, Bitcoin, biotech stocks, and then also meme stocks. So you can see right here, AMC. This is a very popular meme stock that was, that went with a GameStop pump. And you'll see a bag holder would have bought on that hype. So you'll see price kind of goes and it just gets pumped up here. Lots of people probably lost their life savings right at the top here. And then price falls, and then people still just go off the emotions like, oh, it's going to go back up. Or, again, it doesn't matter whether, if big people are suppressing a stock. It doesn't matter what happens to make the stock fall. The reality is the stock is falling. These people bought at tops, and then they're not following the technicals on when they should get out or cut their losses. And many a times the stocks don't recover. So they might just hold for years, hoping, thinking that the stock's going to go back up again, and it never does. So here's an example with AMC. If you bought at the top up here, bag holders, down here, if they never sold and got out, like you'll see that there was a bounce up here, possible recovery to make up some of that money. Again, doesn't make up all the losses, right? Who wants to take a loss, but sometimes, you have to take losses, right? So right here, there could have been a recovery to get some of that money back, but then those people would hold, and then you'll just see lower highs keep forming. And somebody that bought at $72 and didn't sell, now it's down to $6. Let me show you some other examples here. Let's actually look at the really big one here, GME or GameStop. So you'll see, here's another perfect example. The people that bought at 100 and actually this looks like it was they must have reverse split it. So it was probably about I think it was up to $500 at one point. So whatever you want to say, $500 or $100, it's down to $20 right now. So you'll see people that bought at this peak level up over here, it had a little bit of recovery back up over here. If you didn't get out over here, then it drops back down, gets another little recovery here. People get stubborn at times, and then they're left holding the bag. And this stock may never go and break all-time highs again. And that's why it's important to know the fundamentals as well as the technicals. Like stocks like AMC and GME, they weren't worth the price that it was getting pumped up to. It was getting pumped based upon hype. So let's look at Bitcoin here as well. Here's this one's a little bit more, maybe there's still a lot of hype with Bitcoin. So you'll see, it gets up to all-time highs at 69,000, and then you could even start back over in here, when it got up to like 62,000, and then it falls, it gets a recovery back up to another peak level of 69,000, and anybody that buys at these peak levels, and it drops really hard like this, they're left holding the bag. So if you're up in if you got into any stock or Bitcoin or any sector up here and price falls down like this, you'd end up being a bag holder if you're not able to, get out of your position. I'll show you one more over here with the pot stock sector. Actually, let's look at like MJNA. You'll see some of these with these penny stocks right here, right? So you'll see this is probably a reverse split over here at some point. But you see like somebody buys up here, right? Way back over here, was it at 22 cents and now it's at a penny, right? So bag holders would be somebody buys up here and then it never goes and recovers again, and they're just left holding the bag or holding the stock. That's why it's super important to learn the technicals. That's the stuff we teach within the Bullish Bears. We are a trading education community, so if you want to learn the technicals, it's not a guessing game when trading. It's making educated trading decisions, and that's done based upon learning the technicals. And the technicals are formed, these patterns are formed by all the different buying and selling of traders and investors. So that's the stuff that you can learn and help make educated trading decisions. So that's the stuff that we like to teach you. So if you'd like to come and check us out, the link is below.